What's up, you guys? This is going to be the first ever interval workout ever done on this channel utilizing a Weider Ultimate Bodyworks or a total gym. And for my interval portion, I'm going to be using a Concept 2 rower. I love the Concept 2 rower. I'm starting to mess with the functionalities of the actual interval options on there. You can set your interval times and kind of set like non-designated kind of off time, so you can kind of jump back on the machine and kind of finish off where you left off, so that works out good. I will talk about some options to do instead of a Concept 2 rower. I'll mention some stuff. As always, if you guys like this content, please like and subscribe. I'll put timestamps down below to the workout and also links to equipment that I like as well. All right, so to get right into this, the intervals I have set for this are 1-minute intervals, so I would pick something ideally that's lower body. Why I love the Concept 2 rower is because it is kind of much a leg dominant kind of drive action. Now obviously if you have some other kind of device in your house like a treadmill, if you have an Aerodyne bike or a assault bike, those are like my second favorite things. But if you have none of that stuff, I would pick something like you could do a light deadlift repetitions for a minute. You could do deep squats at a faster cadence for a minute. You could do things like burpees that would be kind of into a push-up. Again, that would kind of work your chest a little bit more, since the resistance portion of this on the total gym is going to be more upper body. That's why I want to choose something that's lower body, but you definitely can kind of pre-exhaust these things if you want to pick some upper body or multi-body thing for your interval, but that's up to you. Just pick some sort of exercise that kind of gets the heart rate going. Again, I would pick something that's kind of more leg focused. You could do a static lunge for reps, 30 seconds on one side and switch another side for 30 seconds. I do put a lot of power into each of those pulls later on, although I don't really kill myself. Some of those intervals that I do in the Concept 2 are kind of harder and some are easier, but I think I'm averaging at least 250 watts, some are 300, some are 400 watts. If you don't know what that is, the point is sometimes I'm pushing really hard in that, sometimes I'm not. So my point is saying that is it's up to you how hard you want to push yourself. I'm not really putting a whole lot of rest period. There definitely was some rest period in here. This workout took me about, I think, roughly 50 minutes or something like that. And with the 1-minute intervals, I know I did a total of 10 intervals or 10 sessions on the Concept 2. So again, you could fly through this if you wanted to, if you really wanted to get out of breath. That wasn't my goal. It was just kind of to do some Concept 2 work, get the heart rate up, but then go right back on this machine. And this is kind of like an active rest. I'm still working, but I'm not really, I'm kind of going through the motions. I'm not, not trying to go to failure. And that goes, like I was saying, to the Concept 2 or your interval. I really don't push myself that hard. There were some of those minutes that I kind of pushed harder at higher wattage outputs, but I really didn't. I could have gone harder is my point for that full minute. So I purposely try to not kind of burn myself out. But if you wanted to, you might need more rest period between sets. I just wanted to kind of make sure the sets and the actual machine, the total gym machine or the Weider Ultimate Bodyworks, were still some kind of quality sets where I wasn't just exhausted and still kind of gasping. So I think you totally could do that. I think I definitely wasn't taking more than, sometimes I would jump right off that rower and jump right into this machine, again, because you're kind of seeing this stuff kind of edited out. But basically I wasn't resting too much. So it's up to you how you guys want to do it. I think it's actually a nice little match. I don't know why I've never done it in the past. I think it's just because I like doing kind of my resistance sessions as kind of very, as I said before, kind of easy, just listening to stuff in the background. Even this, I was kind of listening to like an hour presentation of people talking. There's no like motivational stuff or hard music or anything like that. It was just listening to like, again, some people talk. So this is like, these are workouts so you can kind of listen to a movie or listen to like an audiobook if you really wanted to. Although I would say this rower in your interval it probably would make it go a little bit easier if you kind of had some sort of again, some hard music in the background. That's up to you. So I do this sequence, I think, for about four or so sets total with these intervals, 4 intervals. And then after this last sequence, coming up here in a bit, I will check back with you around the 13-minute marker on here. That's when I actually start another sequence of exercises. And so I'll check back with you guys later. Alright, so this is going to be the next kind of sequence of exercises here. I think I only get about 2 or 3 total sets with the intervals of these exercises that I choose. But again, wanting a good back exercise to kind of work the upper back, that a little bit more higher kind of intensity as far as the weight and strength or stress it puts on your back. So this single arm row where you couple the cables together is always like a nice bread and butter one that I do. The incline's a little bit higher. So I do this one. And then even though this was kind of like the end of the week where I like to kind of do my shoulder stuff, I thought I would incorporate some chest stuff to kind of even things out a little bit. So I go into this push-up, into this pike exercise. I sometimes do this. Sometimes this is one of those exercises I just kind of forget about. But again, you can see me mess with my feet here a little bit. So just a push-up and then into this kind of a pike exercise. And I just do those 2 things, then jump right back into an interval. So these ones are kind of faster. And to be honest, even when I started this sequence of exercise, I was debating, should I make this just a quick workout? Should I make this a longer workout? But I decided to kind of a little bit quicker with this. And as I'm kind of watching myself row here, I'd purposefully, and I can see it's really exaggerated when I'm watching the video, I'm really kind of cranking back. So depending on what you want to work and how you use this machine, I mean, I'm trying to be mindful about some technique things I'm being mindful about as I'm watching it. But I'm definitely leaning back somewhat on purpose. I'm trying to think about more of my legs and even working on my back to kind of extend out on purpose to kind of work those muscles a little bit more. So that's something else to think about. So if you're going to use a machine like that, depending how you want to use it and what muscles you kind of want to work. So after this is about kind of finishing up, and then it's going to jump back into that row and push up. And then pretty much after, this is my last really sequence of this, I'm going to go right into just an arm sequence. So I will check back with you guys later. Again, you can see the timestamp down below and I'll jump back in for that next circuit. All right, and then again, just finishing off with biceps and triceps. I probably only would have really done maybe 2 sets of this, but I think I just wanted to get an even 10 intervals on that machine. Otherwise, I remember doing that workout yesterday and thinking, like, when I got around even 7 and 8, I'm like, I'm kind of done. This is fine with me. But just to get the even 10, I did a couple extra sets all around. So that was kind of why I did this. But again, just basically arms and triceps. You could do a little bit more. This would be a good place to kind of insert some other core exercises I've done in previous videos. Some cable rotations. I almost debated about doing that as well. But really, it was just kind of saving some energy for that row machine. So that was about it. If you guys have any questions or comments, let me know. If you guys want to see more interval workouts like this, definitely let me know. And it's always helpful, again, if you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel. And it's also always helpful, as I say many times, sometimes forget to, is to leave any kind of comments of videos you guys want to see in the future. It always it's helpful to see what you guys want to see, and also any kind of feedback of things you think might improve some video content you guys want to see. So again, thanks for watching.